Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DiPietro and Bob Zagami.
And it is Wednesday. That means RVing in New England. And it looks like you got some company, John.
I do. I have my traveling companions.
Well,
our oldest granddaughter, Mila. Mila, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
And my lovely wife, Mary Beth.
Hello.
Hey, Mary Beth. So you guys, if you will stand by for 30 seconds, I'm going to let you watch your grandfather and husband do his best radio voice for our beloved sponsor.
Oh, maybe Mila will help me.
There you go.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to RVing in New England. Our sponsor today, Mila, who's our sponsor? Say it real loud.
Seacoast Rvs.
Where are they?
Good.
They're in Saco, Maine, right, Mila? And they have crop park models. They have elevation park models. And what else do they have, Mila? Winnebago? And Winnebago products. So Mila's been by there many times when we've gone up to Bailey's, which is right nearby. And she always loves going to Maine. And Family Fun on Route 1 is where it's at Seacoast Rv. And stop in and see Amanda or our friends, any of our friends in the store. And we were just up there a couple weeks ago, and we got propane. And I'll tell you this, folks, if you're looking for a great camp store, they have, Bob, would you say it's one of the largest in New England?
One of the largest in New England. Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Like I say, you can see Brittany, you can see Amanda, you see Kenny Blow. Kenny and Amanda are the owners. And if you need service, you go to Kendra Smith in service department, and she will take care of all your service needs, everything up to a 45-foot diesel pusher. From a pop-up to a diesel pusher, they can take care of it all.
Yeah, and especially that one, like the one behind me, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Regular dealerships can handle those now because it's much easier to service those than the Class A's that have the diesel in the back. So, that's cool.
Well, while they're having fun on Route 1, you guys are going to have fun on Route 95.
Right. Yeah, we're going to parallel Route 1. Mila, tell us the trip where we're going to. We're going to start in Maine, right? And then we're going to really, tomorrow morning, we're going where? Merrimack, New Hampshire? Yeah. And we'll be at Campers Inn tomorrow morning. We'll probably get there about 9:30 or so. Mila wants to get up at 6 to be there for 7, just in case there's any traffic jams on I-93. And my wife is pretty much has the fridge stocked, and she's going to be in the, we don't know. Who's going to be in the co-pilot seat tomorrow, ladies?
I don't know. So many places to sit.
Yeah. But we've got a great RV and, so many great sponsors that we should thank. And also you know what, folks, it's, I don't care what anybody says, this is the trip of a lifetime. And, we especially want to thank Dynamax. We want to thank Campers Inn, who's going to be our host at several of the stops along the way. RV Trip Wizard is going to tell us how to get to all those Campers Inn dealerships. And we're going to be staying at Blue Water properties, which include both Sun Outdoors properties and KOAs. You're going to read about it in RV Business in Woodall's. You're going to find out about it here on this show every week. And also there's going to be pretty much daily updates 2-3 times a day as we head down Route 1. And our additional sponsor is Easy Care. And they're great people because they protect your RV from anything that can go wrong. So it's the Do It Now tour. And Mila, anything you want to say about?
and I'll get out of the way. Although I think, well, let me do it this way. Boom.
There we go.
There it is.
That's it. Sitting right outside our door right now. And it is just, I'm telling you folks, hey, stop up tomorrow. If you got nothing to do, stop up tomorrow at Campers Inn. We'll be there starting at probably about 9:00. We'll be there till about 11:30. And if TV shows up, we'll stay till 12. But it's going to be a great event. And the key to the whole thing is this, folks. With grandkids and kids, this time next year, she might not want to hang around with us.
John, you forgot the wife.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get her in a minute.
Kids, you forgot the wife.
Right. No. I'm going to say that. And next year, she may not want to hang around with me either.
Oh, okay.
Based on how this year goes. So, with that being said, come on, ladies, talk it up here. Say what the part you're looking forward to the most, Mila.
What are you looking forward to?
The pools.
The pools.
What is it? Mila, can you get closer to your grandfather?
Here, talk right into the microphone right there.
I didn't hear you, honey. What'd you say?
The pools.
The pools?
Yeah.
And the water parks? Because some of those blue water development campgrounds have water parks.
Yep, several do. We're going to Frontier Town, and tomorrow night we'll be in Cape May, New Jersey, and then we'll be in Rehoboth, Delaware. Then we'll be down in Ocean City, Maryland, and then we go to Cape Charles, Virginia, then where else? Outer Banks. And then we head over to Selma, North Carolina, to our second Campers Inn stop, and then down into Charleston for our third. And we'll stop at Myrtle Beach somewhere in the middle there. And the beauty of this is that we've got the first 10 days planned. But after that, the beauty of RVing, Bob, it allows you to freelance. So we know some parks that we want to stay at. We just don't know the exact dates yet. And the beauty of that RV out there is it is totally self-contained, right, Mila? Did it meet your approval?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not here. Say it with a little more go. There we go.
What part do you like the best of the motorhome, Mila?
The bed.
Beds.
Where are you going to sleep? Mila, where are you sleeping?
In the bunk bed.
Over the top of the driver.
Over the top?
Yeah, over the top of the driver. That's what the cool part about Class C's are, is you've got that permanent bed up there, and you can drive while she's sleeping. And
while we have Mila and Mary Beth there, let's see what we have for comments from our fans. We didn't want to forget that. We're going to bring Bernie Culliton on soon. Bernie's in the green room, but he wanted to stay there a little extra because the tenderloin, the filet mignon was so good. Yep.
And
he wanted to have a second helping of it.
Look at all these.
Dante says, good evening from Elkhart. That's right. Dante is out at the RV Technical Institute getting his level 1 training.
Yeah.
Live from the gallery. Okay. Monica's on. Hello, Monica. Ryan's on tonight. That's good. Lisa, good evening. Estelle from New Hampshire is on. That's great. Estelle, you might want to go over and see John tomorrow. He'll be there between, like I say, 9 to 11:30. Jim Conboy, good evening, Jim. Jim Roy, hey guys, on time tonight. Well, look at after being late the last 4 weeks, Jim. It's nice that you showed up on time. Lisa says, hi, Mrs. DiPietro and Mila. Pleasure to meet you. I'll be there in the morning. Looking forward to it. Jerry Plant says, just spent the week at Bailey's with the grandkids. Nothing like it. And Walter's on. Walter's going to be up here.
See Jim Roy
next week. Jim Roy's here. Yeah. We have this collection of T-shirts. Now you get your new "Do It Now" T-shirt too.
Right. And Walter Walter had his grandkids over the weekend. They were down at the Rhode Island Good Sam event. Abby was there, Mila.
Yep, and he's going to be up here next week at the Old Orchard Campground. Comes up on the 29th.
There you go.
Have to have a drink with Walter. Let me bring Bernie up so he can say hello to Mila and Mary Beth, and then we'll let them get back to their.
Hey, everybody!
We got to start packing, don't we?
This is Uncle Bernie, Mila.
Hey, Mila. I think we met one time. We were at the store. Nice to see you again. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Mary Beth. I don't know if we've met, but we know a lot about you. John always says wonderful things about you most of the time.
That's right.
I want to see John actually wear that silver shirt that says Jim Roy. And you know what? He was kind enough to send me an XL too after he sent me a.
Well, yeah, he had to replace it after he sent you the large one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wear a medium now, Jim. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
you know what? I got you some Campers In shirts too,
that's right.
John.
Yeah.
Campers taking good care of you. And speaking of taking care of myself, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? So I'm bringing.
Bernie, just a
He's
warning.
learning. He's trying to butter up to me. See?
Just a warning. That's not one bottle per show.
I was wondering about that. What would the portion size was supposed to be? Yeah.
You have to pace yourself with that.
Yeah.
You have to pace yourself with that.
I got a little bit of experience with pacing myself there, Johnny.
Yeah. So anyway, so we'll let these guys go.
All righty.
And
Hey, before you go, I want to show you how talented Bernie is, and I think I can do this right. So just bear with me. Boom, boom.
Hey, what are you doing to me?
No, just wait now.
He's pulling a fast one. Oh, gee.
Now wait.
Oh,
Hello,
wow.
folks. Welcome to Campers Inn in Merrimack, New Hampshire. My name is Uncle Bernie, and I'm here with cameraman Jake Gowans, who's going to be showing you around the 2021 Grand Design Solitude 3540 GK. What a wonderful camper. You folks are in for a great surprise today. Let's take a look inside. Well, the weather outside is frightful. Inside it's pure delightful. And since we've no place to go, let us know. And it doesn't show signs of stopping. So I brought me some corn for popping. And when the lights are turned way down low, let us know. When we finally kiss goodnight, I hate walking out in the storm. But if you only hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Well, the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbying. And as long as you love me so, let us know. When we finally kiss goodnight, I hate walking out in a storm. But if you only hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Well, the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let us know. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us today here at Campers Inn in Merrimack, New Hampshire. My name is Uncle Bernie, and if the weather outside is frightful, get yourself into a 2021 Solitude S-Class 3540 GK, because inside it's pure delightful here at Campers Inn in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Happy holidays. Okay, thanks a lot, Bob. And I like the echo too. It actually helped my voice a little bit.
It did. When was the last time you had an RV salesman sing Christmas songs to you?
For those of you that are still with us,
I better drink to that. Yeah.
Jerry. Bernie.
Don't give up your day job. I love that. Thanks, Jerry. You're a real pal.
I got a wheelbarrow to help you carry the tune. That's right.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys.
I should bring my own hammer and head myself in the head with it. Yeah. Thank you so much for playing that, Bob.
Wheeler, Mary Beth, have a wonderful time on the Do It Now Tour 22, and I'll be talking with you frequently. And Wheeler, I understand you're going to be doing some videos, hopefully, for us on the trip, so that other kids that are watching will know what you're doing.
Yes.
What are you going to do, Mills?
TikTok.
Pancakes and camp.
TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Okay. So
Oh,
not
fantastic.
pickpocket. She's been RVing. How old were you the first time you went in the RV? Two or three. So this is your 10th anniversary year,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and she gets to leave her brothers and sisters home.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Real
best.
veteran.
That
All
is the
right.
best part. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Fantastic. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you. Have a good show.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank James Conboy for giving me a good review, at least. That was really nice of you, James. Appreciate it.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. From a Solitude owner, that was great. So
Bernie, tell us do you know what's in store tomorrow morning? I think we're going to be doing some pictures, videos. What?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping that we get a lot done, so when John shows up, I'm going to be there waiting for him. And, we're going to let him do what he does. Of course, he has plenty to do, and he's going to be meeting with some of the Campers Inn people. And he's also going to be talking about his new RV, which I wanted to talk to him a little bit about tonight, because I see it's on that beautiful Freightliner chassis.
it is.
And I'm wondering, are you driving, or is your brother helping you out with that?
No, he helped me out to get it from. In fact, I don't see him on here. I don't know if he's here yet.
I don't see him on yet. No.
But he helped me drive it back.
Okay.
And I will tell you this, and even Brian from Dynamax said the first 25 miles or so, you're getting used to it because it's big. I mean, Bernie, you're looking straight out at the truck drivers. When the cars go by, all you see is the roofs. So you're way
Unless
up.
they have a convertible. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But it takes a while to get used to. But once you get going, and it's got everything. It's got cruise control, automatic transmission.
Yeah. I believe it actually has automatic cruise control.
Right.
And it may have like crash avoidance systems and tire pressure monitors, all those funny things. Yeah.
It's got 4 monitors, 2, one on each side and 2 in the back. One goes right down to your back. So if you're towing a car, you can see it's still there or not still there. And then there's a long range one so you can see the traffic behind you. But give it a spin tomorrow when we come up.
Absolutely. I imagine the vantage point is extraordinary.
Well,
right?
Here's the thing that I like about RVing, and even people with pickup trucks. You're high in the air, so you see the road ahead of you. And it's very important to see the road ahead of you when you've got a vehicle that big, because it takes longer to stop. So if you see, you're not just looking 3 car lengths ahead like in a car. You're looking, a half mile ahead.
Right. So you can see people tapping on the brakes and stuff, so you can kind of plan accordingly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, Bernie, the key to fun RVing is safe RVing.
Absolutely.
And you know what? There's so many different. I mean, I'm looking forward to going up to Merrimack tomorrow, because you guys have such a wide variety from, small pop-ups to, diesel push.
Yeah, 45 footers. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have Newmar up there, or is that at the other place?
Newmar is I think they're in Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah. So
okay. What am I thinking of?
So we have Tiffin.
Tiffin.
Yeah. And we have some Winnebago as well. Yeah. So we have the Forza, 34 and 38 footers. Yeah. And in the Tiffin, we have up to 45-foot Allegro bus. And those
Allegro bus, huh?
Extraordinary. Yeah. They're a lot of fun. I'll tell you.
And you know what? It's great to have you on the show, because we don't have to do market research when we say, is traffic slowing down, or what are people buying? How old are the new people that are coming in? And I think you'd agree, Bernie, that in the last 5 years, the demographic has changed totally as to who's coming into the RV dealership.
And it keeps changing.
Yep. And you have to do a lot more informing, even though people say, "Oh, I got all my information from the website and online." There's nothing like going into the RV, and you guys always have several of them right in the indoor showroom.
Right. We have I believe it's about a 12,000 square foot showroom, which is great to kind of display a little bit of this, that, and the other thing. And so it really helps people that haven't been in an RV before get an idea of like, what are these things? So some folks, they've been driving by for years and they really don't know what's going on until they actually start stepping in them, and having an indoor showroom gives them an opportunity to do that.
Yep. One thing I did want to mention, I see the logo behind me. It says Blue Water Development. People might not know what that is, but they manage. There's a couple campgrounds up there, Lake Winnipesaukee South and Salmon Falls, just over in Maine, down in southern Maine. But they have put together a program during the summer where you can stay. The longer you stay, the more free days you accumulate. So I'm not sure 100%, but I think if you stay 3 days, you get the fourth free. If you stay 5 days, you get the sixth free. Because they realize people still want to use their RVs, but might not want to travel as much or as far. So Blue Water operates several of those Sun Outdoor properties, and there's several up in that Maine, New Hampshire area that are run by those folks.
The other thing that's good with them also is, having come out of the indoor hospitality industry, they understand the resort. So they're building destination locations where people will go for an entire week, because they understand that people want to have more now versus just, the campfire is nice, but you bring kids, you bring grandkids, they want many other things to do. So we're seeing a lot more development. Jimmy Buffett with Camp Margaritaville. There's a lot more luxury resorts that people are getting to do, and Blue Water is one of the leaders there. They jumped on that early on.
Yeah, and one of the things with Blue Water that people not be aware of, they say, oh, it's a national company. Well, that's a regional company, but it's a family-owned company. And they're based down in Ocean City, Maryland, but they're getting more and more properties up in New England. But they're heavily involved with the local communities that their properties are at. And they've donated millions of dollars for causes such as wetland conservation, YMCA, Habitat for Humanity, et cetera. So, and then Sun Outdoors is bringing another level of professionalism to the properties themselves as well. So, it's finally, campgrounds are finally coming to the realization that they're not in the camping industry as much as the hospitality industry. And Bob's been preaching this for years. It's outdoor hospitality. And, when my friends at Blue Water, they manage several Marriott properties. They've got properties all up and down the East Coast. So they take that same philosophy of treating the guest properly and bringing it to the outdoor hospitality industry, and they are growing and growing and growing. And you know what? Look, they're probably the RV equivalent of the campground equivalent of Campers Inn.
There you go.
Right, Bob? Wouldn't you agree? They take that family, and ironically also, their business footprint is similar to Campers Inn, although Campers Inn now is out in the Dakotas, and they're out in the West too. So
we're getting there. Yeah, we want to be where our customers are going, right? So as they're traveling, they're going west, north, south, or northwest. Campers Inn wants to be available for their customers, and it's quite a challenge, of course, but it's also a great responsibility that the Campers Inn takes, and we appreciate that for sure.
Well, we appreciate their support. I've known them from day one, just about.
Before day one.
Before day one.
Before there was a day.
Probably drove by Art and Fran's house before they decided to put two pop-ups on the front lawn. Didn't realize it was going to be a future RV dealership. Because at that point I couldn't spell RV anyway, so it didn't make a hell of a lot of difference. But now up and down 95, and they were a logical partner for us in this particular project, because John's going to be stopping at a different one every week, interviewing people depending on where he is in his schedule, and he'll be coming. John's schedule, that Bernie's in for the next 4 weeks in John's seat. But John's going to be tuning in every Wednesday, either in person or he'll send us a video. So we'll see a different Campers Inn location every week, and then Bernie will be able to provide some commentary on those locations, and they'll have some kind of a product in the background. So we're delighted to team up with our friends at Campers Inn, and want to thank Jeff Hirsch and Ben Hirsch and Megan Neighbors and Jessica Ward for putting that package all together, and glad
And
to have
Bob,
one good.
for a company that big to act as quickly as they did is somewhat remarkable.
That's a good point. That from the initial call into Ben and the proposal into Jessica, I mean into Megan, I think it was probably 24 hours, less than 48 hours, and they signed off on the whole package and said, "We're in."
Bob, it takes a unique person to be able to make those calls and to get that kind of response. So good job on your part, for sure.
The other thing, Bernie, that our general public needs to understand is RVing, an RV vacation is so totally different than any other kind of vacation. It's different than a cruise.
Right.
Because with a cruise, I mean, you're confined. Yes, you go different places each time, but you know, and camp, you know, whether it even tenting is a little bit different than having an RV. Talk to anybody who's tented in a rainstorm, and you know. Bernie, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Talk about the new RV buyer. How often? Well, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been in the RV industry for 12 years. I camped since I was a munchkin, you know, digging trenches around the tent at 4 years old. Yeah.
Okay. So how often?
Now you know Bernie's a veteran camper when he says digging trenches around the tent. Bernie, you might, there may be people, we're a national program, Bernie. You got to give us a little bit more respect. But, there may be people out there listening to us tonight that don't have the slightest clue why you would be digging a trench around the tent.
So that's a good point. And my father was a Navy guy, and he was always extremely prepared for every situation. All right. So, his philosophy was you dig a trench around the tent. Now, that's in case of rain. And so the rain comes down off the tent onto the ground. Now, if you don't dig a trench around the tent, the water will rise up and come across the floor of the tent. And then you get soaking wet, and you hear the people screaming in the distance, families crying, and wives saying things that they shouldn't say in front of their children.
But
so
some are synonymous with
that's why you dig the trench.
But my question, and it's funny, Bob and I, we don't script this show, as you know by now. Bob's question was the same as what I was going to ask. How many people come in to look for RVs that you deal with that are former tenters that they're tired of sleeping on a stump or getting soaked or frozen? Because even look at springtime this year, we had some crazy weather.
We're still having crazy weather. It was 50 something up here today. You might as well go back to Florida.
So do you still get that person coming in, Bernie?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It happens all the time. And it's really it's hilarious to me because I've seen it so many times. And, the wife will say, my husband doesn't think we need a camper. But her feeling is, if we don't get a camper, we're not going camping again. She is done. She has laid on one too many stumps. The air mattress goes dead in the middle of the night. And, they're crawling out and stepping into mud and they're trying to make breakfast in a downpour and all these things. And camping is wonderful and delightful. But after you've had, several occasions like that, it can kind of wear a little thin. And that's why the brightest people on the planet invented these RVs to let people get outside, enjoy, nature, and introduce their family, their children, their grandchildren to the great wonders of this world, but also do it with some level of comfort, right?
Well, we love it because there's 30 million people that go tenting every year, and that means we have 30 million prospects to convert over to RVs.
So, Bernie, you mentioned that woman who says we're not going camping again. Then they come in the following spring and say, my ex-husband did not want to buy an RV.
So I got myself a new boy toy, and he's ready to buy.
I got myself a good lawyer, and we cleaned him out, and I want the top of the line, and I'm not going to concern myself with the price. Hey, folks, anybody who's watching now, let us know if you started in a tent, and did you move up the classic move up? You go from a tent to a pop-up to a travel trailer to motorized. That might not always be the case today, but let us know, folks. Did you start tenting? Let us know down. Just put your
Jerry says he's still working off his $3 a gallon fuel from last fall.
He hasn't left the Cape then.
Well, no, he came up here. He came up to Maine.
Oh, that's right.
He was over at Bailey's for a week, so I don't know. So it'll just be $6 next time you go to gas up. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a good deal there.
Yeah.
So we are halfway. So let me
do that break.
No,
Jerry. Bernie, you can't really do a commercial for another dealership.
Bernie, can you do? No, you can't. No, we shouldn't.
No, we don't sell either of those products. So I don't know.
Bob, we got this. We don't want to stress our luck.
Right, we don't want to lose the sponsor before you step.
Oh,
we
okay,
don't
good idea.
Lose a job either.
I don't want to lose my job either. Yeah, I like it there.
Yeah. All right. So
now, if Campers Inn wants to sponsor it at some time, then we can do that, and Bernie can do the spot.
And I'll spiel away. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Our sponsor through the end of the month, the Seacoast Rvs, have been with us all year, up on Route 1 in Saco, Maine, and they have a special going on right now till the end of the year. They're a Winnebago motorized dealer, so you get a first-class experience when you purchase a first-class RV. So they are offering 2 first-class plane tickets, an overnight stay in a hotel, and a first-class meal for 2 at a local restaurant to anyone who purchases a new in-stock Winnebago motorhome. They are up on Route 1 in Saco, Maine. Be sure to stop up and see them and see Kenny and Amanda and Brittany and Kendra, and they will take care of your needs and see their lineup of motorhomes from Winnebago.
And that's such a good thing, that plane ticket and stuff. You can, get the plane ticket from Maine to go to California after you buy the thing, and then sell the RV when you're done.
Yeah,
and get a free vacation.
So Jerry says in '73 he was caught in a snowstorm at Lake Tahoe in a tent. And he lived to talk about it. Jim Roy tented as a kid, then got a pop-up when we started our family, switched over to the timeshare craze in the 90s, and now in an Airstream. Not just an Airstream. It was his first renovation of a vintage Airstream, and that's where they named it the Silver Moose, and that's where the name of his company. So he stopped building houses and started doing renovations on vintage RVs, and he's probably one of the best in the country. And he will be exhibiting at the Airstream Rally in July 29th. Freiburg, Maine is a Airstream International Rally, and Jim will be doing his first, not his first show, because his first show is the Maine camping show this year. Estelle says, went from a pop-up to a travel trailer, now to my second fifth wheel. And Monica says we started tenting in a tent. Okay. And after a few years, we went to a used 40-foot pusher. Well, that's going from one end to the spectrum.
Wow.
Bernie, how many people do you have come into the dealership and say, I got this pop-up out there and I want to buy a Prevost?
That's a really interesting. Every once in a while, you get someone that makes a big leap like that, but very rarely. It's usually step by step, and they wonder why. How come you guys have so many campers over there? It's because we have customers that go step by step every 3 or 4 years, and some of my colleagues, they've been around long enough where they've been helping the same families for 30 years.
Yep. And Bob, we get Jim Conboy up there at 732. Yes, tent to Class C, now fifth wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is it me, or does Jim Roy have a picture that looks like Chewbacca riding a Harley?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Oh, okay.
Sasquatch, yeah. He looks like Sasquatch when you see that long beard, and he's a pretty.
Oh, okay. I can't. It's so tiny. All I can see is the hair. I can't see anything else.
So what do you think the odds are that Jim Conboy has a flex armor roof on his Solitude fifth wheel. What do you think, John?
I would say from a marketing perspective, it would be a pretty smart thing to do.
Probably be 100%, right?
Yep.
Because Jim has New England RV roof. So when you get customers, Bernie, that need a new roof, you want to send them to Jim Conboy.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if it's beyond what you guys do in the shop, lifetime guarantee on the flex armor roof, and he is busy as hell. He posted another picture today with 5 more units sitting out in the yard that are waiting to be done.
Hey, Bob, driving back from Elkhart.
See, Jim is very smart. See, I read his mind before I said this, and I was right. He's 100%.
Yep. Hey, driving back from Elkhart yesterday, we went by Middlebury, and remember when we went out there several years ago and Grand Design had just started that little facility out there? Well, they've built about 3 more buildings next to it, and the lots are filled. And it's not because they're not sold; it's because some, shortage of certain parts that they can't ship their units. But boy, have they grown! And then we saw the new the new Grand Design facility over in when we were near Alliance.
Elkhart on County Road 17, the new customer service facility going up over there. Yep.
That's part of their mission, that every time they grow manufacturing, they have to grow their service department. That's part of their way they do business. And it's an amazing business model. And I think it's amazing that they're able to maintain that integrity with their whole scheme of how to do business. It's fantastic.
Right. And one of their first employees was the service manager, the guy that was going to run service for them. And I forget his name right now. Still there, and he's built up that whole service department.
As I look at the sponsor board behind me, we really haven't talked much about the RV Life Trip Wizard. I don't know if Walter Swenson is still with us, but Walter is a strong proponent of that program, and he taught me how to use it. And I'm not technically savvy at all. I mean, I look like I am, and I talk like I am, but I'm not really. But that RV Trip Wizard, if we have to change our route, we just punch it in. And say, for example, we can't get into Myrtle Beach, but we can get into Charleston. We just click out Myrtle Beach, Charleston. It tells me that tomorrow I have to go from Merrimack to Cape May. It's 370 miles. Hopefully I didn't bite off more than I can chew, but it tells me exactly. It will tell me, what routes to take, and it'll tell me all about the campground. So we're so happy that they're a sponsor with us, and
things to see along the way. Yeah,
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
With the height of that vehicle, you're going to want something like the RV Trip Wizard.
And you know what, Bernie? I'm glad you said that, because you plug in before you leave on the trip. You plug in your dimensions. I'm 12'9", and 33 feet long. So it knows that if there's a bridge that's 11'6", it's not going to send you that way. Whereas a regular GPS would, because you don't have your parameters punched in. I'm still trying to find out, can I, with my own unit, with my Navion, I can take the Garden State Parkway. I just have to watch certain bridges and be in the middle. But I'm wondering, I've got to find out tonight if I can take the Garden State Parkway.
No. Do not go down there.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
I didn't know you could go on the Garden State Parkway.
With my
you're not supposed to.
all the time.
I don't think you're supposed to be on the Garden State Parkway.
Yeah, don't do it. That'll be one of those things that hits the news. Yeah.
No. You see a lot of them.
Really? A Super C? Maybe a regular C that's only 11 or 12.
A Super C is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have those arched bridges. In fact, maybe we have some people here. 10,000 pounds max. I don't know what I am, Jerry.
Yeah. Your GVW on that is got to be at least 24 or 26,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim Roy, has anybody come in looking for a new roof, a whole new roof that they sheared off under a bridge?
It's not because it leaked, because it went away.
the ACs,
It went away. You had two air
maybe even the bunk.
the max air.
What was left of it? Right.
Okay, so now I'm stuck with dealing with the Jersey Turnpike the whole way. I have to go over George Washington, which is the last thing I want to do.
Even Jerry Plant says stay off the Garden State Parkway.
Yep. The last thing I want to. Okay, guys, thank you for helping me out with that. When I go over the George Washington with propane, do I have to be on the lower level or upper level? Because last time I got caught with that. And so help me out on George Washington Bridge. Tap D to 287.
You go to George Washington Bridge. They got 18 wheelers going over there every day.
Yeah. Jerry. I normally do Tappan Zee, but I'm politically correct. I call it the Cuomo Bridge now. But I don't want to go 287 because I'm going to Perth Amboy. I'm going to Southern Jersey. I'm not going on the
You're not going to the Turnpike. You're not going towards Philadelphia.
Yeah. I know.
Well, can't you? Yeah, but you can take the Turnpike down and then just shoot across at Atlantic City, down around Atlantic City. Take the expressway from Atlantic City over.
That totally screws your trip up, though. You're going too far, way far out of the way.
Far west.
Yeah, too far west and then over. Reconnect to the Turnpike at Woodbridge. But isn't that taking me way out, Jerry?
Where
Seems like he knows what he's doing.
Connected Turnpike? You mean after he's down at Cape May?
No. Way north. I'll have to check on the map on that. I'll have to check on the map and see what the scoop is. But 287, but it takes you all the way out to the west, Jerry. I want to go straight south. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to go through Newark Airport and because it'll probably be about 2:30 or 3 o'clock that we get to that New York area if we stay till 11:30 at Merrimack. So we'll see.
In the middle, yeah.
We'll see. New York.
Jerry says not that far.
No, I'll check.
So
I'm very excited to be meeting Lisa tomorrow. She's going to be coming to Merrimack, and I invite everyone else that wants to come and see the big Dynamax. I think that'll be a great experience for all of you.
Yep. And hey, they have tours again at Budweiser, or no?
Yes.
The tours are open.
The tours are open.
So folks,
and it's a great place to have lunch.
Yeah, and they still have the Clydesdales out there.
They have like one or two. They let you walk through the stables, and usually someone's like, brushing one or whatever. Those things are huge.
Will they give you a shovel?
Well, you got to earn your pay. Earn your stay.
Yeah.
So if you want to pet the Clydesdale, you got to shovel a little.
That's the first place I went, took the tour, and found out about Michelob Ultra beer, which is now my favorite beer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What'd you find out?
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
You can get lunch there?
Yeah, they have a little cafe, and I guess it's a great place to have lunch. Rumor has it.
Yeah, or just drink. Well, they give you 2 beers when you take.
They give you
the
a beer.
Two beers when you take the tour. You got to pay for the tour.
Yeah, it's not very expensive though.
I don't know what it is now. It used to be $5.
I have to say we're close enough to the plant that if we have a southerly wind from the north, you get the wafting of the roasted barley to making the beer, and it just smells delightful. It's like, what a great situation.
So John, if you were a real good partner, you'd stop at the Jack Daniel's Distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee, and
you know what?
Perhaps pick me up a couple of gifts while you're on the road.
Yeah,
I'll have to figure out where we're going. We may make a little change and come up. I want to come up on the inland. Hey guys, for those of you that are viewing, we're going. Our farthest place that we're absolutely definitely going to is Jacksonville, and I think I might want to go a couple days to Port Canaveral. But if we head out early, give us some inland places that you suggest that we might want to go. In Georgia or Tennessee or North Carolina. I don't want to get too far over to Nashville, but if there's any other places that are somewhat close on that I-95 skeleton.
Well, a lot going on at Graceland. The the new Elvis movie comes out on Friday. They've been talking about it all week on the Elvis channel on Sirius XM, and then going back in history. But I guess the movie's about his relationship with, I understand, I haven't seen it, but with Colonel Parker, and how his career developed under his guidance, and that was not always a great relationship from what I've read in the past. But yeah, you go over to Graceland and
Well,
check it
the
out.
only thing is, when you go to Graceland, as the Memphis police told me, I wanted to park my RV for a couple hours at the Bass Pro Shops or Cabela, one of the two, and they have armed guards there. And I said to the policeman, "Can I stay here overnight?" He goes, "Well, I wouldn't if I were you." He goes, "We got the highest crime rate in the country here." So I got out of Memphis quick. So
Nashville's a little prettier than Memphis for sure.
We got tons of friends in Nashville. We got several offers to, if you're going through, stop by, kind of thing. So I'm looking for some of our audience here to tell us.
Yeah, tell us where would you go
on the way back from Jacksonville?
if you were taking that trip? What's the one place that you would want to stop at between Maine and Florida?
Outside of Buc-ee's.
Well, I hear there's a lot of great campgrounds right around Gatlinburg, which is off to the east of Tennessee, right?
Yes,
It's a great area. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, great area. Dollywood. Yep.
Yeah. And our friends at Blue have a nice resort there at Gatlinburg. So maybe we will. We want to stop in Amish country because my granddaughter, I think it's educational to see, the real live Amish in real life, and see those kids working on the farms.
Yeah.
And
So
seeing
you're going to swing in Pennsylvania, or are you going to try to find an Amish colony further
No.
south?
On the way back.
On the way back.
No, over in Lancaster. Over that way there. So Jerry says Hilton Head Island. You know what? I've been to Hilton Head, Jerry. We're not golfers, but I'm wondering if there are campgrounds there, because that's a pretty high end.
There's a resort. There's a Hilton Head motor coach resort down there. They would welcome you with open arms on the Europa. But if I was going down that area, I'd go to Charleston. A lot of history in Charleston.
Oh yeah. We're going to Charleston.
Yeah.
We're going. In fact, I'm glad you're listening to me,
and don't forget, we were in Savannah, Georgia at the Winnebago dealer meeting this year. Savannah. We actually took the buggy tour. We had a little break in the schedule, and John and I took the horse and buggy tour around Savannah, and the history of Savannah is amazing.
There's the place I got to call them and say, give us something. We'll talk about it on TV. I don't want to pay. Right. Skidway Island near Savannah. Okay, in the marina.
What makes Skidway unique, Jerry? I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it, unless you spell it.
Down near Hilton Head, you got Kiowa Island down there also, and then isn't I think Jekyll's Island is another one that's pretty popular.
Yep. And Jimmy Carter used to go to St. Simon Island when he was president.
St. Simon's in Georgia, right? Yeah.
The peanut guy.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it, and we just want to tell people to stay tuned to the New England RV Dealers Association Facebook page on a daily basis. They should sign up for the page, and then every time we go on live, they'll get to see it. And you know what? We're not just going to do the tourist stuff. We're going to go off track and find some places that the locals go to. So I probably won't be, much to my chagrin, we probably won't be going to the, what's that, Golden Corral that often. But I am, for junk food, I am going to Buc-ee's, and I'm going to Royal Farms for chicken. And let's see, by a show of hands, anybody here who's been to Royal Farms to get the chicken. It's a gas station chicken. And okay, Jerry, Georgia State Parks. Anybody been to Royal Farms? I've got my app and everything.
Royal Farms has an app?
Oh, yep. They have a frequent chicken card.
Well, you can get them in New Jersey. I think New Jersey's the farthest. I don't think they have any in New England yet.
Yeah, no. But I don't even think they go as far as Jersey. Maybe they do, but
yeah, there is at least one in Jersey. I
My
saw
brother
it.
turned me on to him. And
Yeah.
Hey, John, why don't you break it down a little bit? You said you're going to Delaware first. So what's the campground? What made you choose that location? And what are some of the exciting things that you might be able to do in that area?
okay, you know what? I think I can do this right here. I think I can pull up Trip Wizard while we're talking.
That's
I
wonderful.
think. Am I still there?
Yep,
Yes,
you're still
sir.
here.
Okay.
Good.
Jerry, I kind of let Trip Wizard. Yeah, here we go. I kind of let Trip Wizard do it all for me, and go to my planner, and
Let someone else do the thinking. That's wonderful.
right, because and I don't know how to share my screen. What do I do?
Share at the bottom.
Share screen at the bottom. It says share screen. Then you got to go to the tab that has Trip. It'll tell you across the top where your tabs and pages are. Go to the tab for your Google pages, and you should see Trip Wizard as one of them.
Where do you see share up top?
Bottom.
No, down the bottom, right in the middle of the bottom row.
Okay,
Share,
screen.
and then say share screen.
You might have to minimize it or something.
Here, there's a selection of items.
Yeah, two monitor.
You want to go over to the Chrome? Are you on Chrome?
It must be.
Go to the Chrome tab, and that'll show you all the pages you have open. And one of them should be Trip Wizard.
Oh, Chrome. Okay, Chrome. Which one? File. Tab. Chrome tab.
Now keep in mind, folks. This is
there we go.
This is the guy that makes fun of me every time I try to play a video. So now he's in the hot seat, and he's got to see if he can make it so that we can see his Trip Wizard.
You see that now?
No.
Payback's a bitch. No, we don't see it.
You still got to hit the share button, buddy.
Payback. Yes. Share
screen.
If he has it on full screen, he might be able to.
Share screen. Okay. Easiest with two monitors. Follow these steps to share a video. Don't need an audio. Don't show me these tips again. Oh, share screen. Let's try it. Oh well. Deny.
Bravissimo.
I've got this now documented on film, DiPietro.
You don't see that? I see it.
Huh?
Wow. Share. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Chrome tab.
Now, this is the guy who's going to be driving. He's going to be driving a 33-foot luxury Super C with all the latest technology on it.
Stop. Oh, stop. Wait a minute. Share.
I have a feeling I'll be showing him how to use the radio tomorrow.
I don't think we're going to see it tonight.
Share screen. Why
Jerry says we'll never see John again.
Yeah, Trip Wizard, share.
Yeah.
No, not share Trip Wizard. You have to hit the share button from the video.
No, you have to share where it says Chrome tab. If you hit Chrome tab, you should see every tab that you have open.
Okay.
And then click on the one that has Trip Wizard.
Oh, here we go. Sharing this tab. Wait a minute. It says I'm sharing this tab from StreamYard.com.
Good.
Still. Oh, well.
Wait a minute, folks. Wait a minute.
Is that it?
I figured it out for you, John.
Look it.
It was dropped down into my tray down below.
Oh,
Okay.
he had to approve it. Okay.
Yeah, so I have to approve it.
So I must be able to go.
Wow.
You can go if you go onto the page with Trip Wizard now, you should be able to blow it up and show us where you are close by the water there, where you are in Delaware. So go to there you go. Look at this. DiPietro, who has trouble making phone calls on his phone, what a testimony to the ease of use for Trip Wizard if DiPietro's that good on it.
Right.
I am really impressed.
Where are you going to stop? Show us.
Wait a minute. Isn't that what I just said? If that looks like they're taking it down 95 and over the Atlantic. Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's south of Atlantic City. Yeah. Okay. Then across. Yeah. So you're
That's
taking the
going right
Cape,
through
you're
town.
taking the Cape May ferry?
Yeah, I'm taking the Cape May ferry.
Wow.
Free of charge, so you do a video for him?
Absolutely.
Smart man. Okay.
Okay, so here's our first stop. We're at Rehoboth Beach, sun outdoors.
Beautiful.
Okay, and then we're going to Jellystone, sorry. And then we're going to St. Charles. Oh, then it's telling me that based on the vehicle that you have, you're going to need fuel by now.
Oh,
Interesting.
Right?
I love this app. This is
Are you
fantastic.
taking are you going through the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel? Or
Yeah,
can
right
you?
here. Right here.
Okay. So you
Oh,
can't go
wow.
through there. Yep.
Yeah. So we're staying there, and then Ocean City is in Maryland. So we're going over here, I think, to Frontier Town. That should be. No, that's not it. That's not it. We're not staying there. But anyway.
But I'm impressed, John. I am genuinely impressed.
Then we go inland a little bit.
You know,
Here, Bernie, watch.
Campers in RV.
Campers in.
Bernie, is this slick, Bernie, or what?
This is
Another
super
camper
slick.
in. And
It's
another
amazing
camper
John could
in.
invent something like this.
This
forget
is
that.
Andy Rubinowitz with assistance from Patrick Buchanan. Those are the two top dogs. Andy's the software genius behind the program at the RV Life Network, which is where we have our Camper Report show every week. Is on the
And
RV Life Network on the Camper Report channel.
This is an outstanding program.
Another camper's in. Walter Swenson is really the wizard with this. And Andy got me on the phone and said, "Okay, I'll walk you through it." And I said, I can't follow those darn YouTube video things. Yep. See, there's Savannah. We're going to Savannah, but we're not staying. We're staying a little south of that. Yeah, we're staying at Richmond, KOA.
I think Macon Byron is near there, somewhere near Savannah.
Yeah, that could be. So these are all the other properties that we can stay at.
Now, are you going to use like an Android Auto or something and connect it to the screen on?
Yes. I'm going to use Apple CarPlay. So this
Apple CarPlay.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And that will be right on my screen, which I did yesterday.
Fantastic.
I'm such a wizard now.
I guess, man.
Our little boy is growing up.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna.
Let's hope not.
All right, you can stop if you stop share on your end, John. We'll wrap it up. I think you have to kill it. I had to share the screen, but I think you down the bottom. There you go.
There we go.
That I am really impressed, DiPietro. Let me tell you. I have every
Thanks for doing that.
even more confidence that you'll have a successful trip.
Bernie, one thing you may want to look at is getting for everybody who buys an RV from you, we can call Patrick up and get them I think you get a 30-day free subscription. Maybe we can work a deal with you guys to.
I'm writing this down.
A 6-month subscription, and it's not an app, or it is. I don't know, whatever it is, but
it is an app. But there is a computer version. But now everything is bundled in the app with 3 or 4 other programs. They got a maintenance program. They've got other directories that are in there to do that. So it is. You want it on your app, definitely.
Yeah. Because the old way was, okay, now I look at Charleston, I have to go to another map and campgrounds in Charleston. This shows me everything, including state parks.
Yep. No, if I remember hearing a commercial right on your other show, Camper Report Show. Yeah, I think there's like points of interest in the combined app.
Right, you can put that.
You can look for fun things to do while you're using that.
Yeah. See, Jerry says RV Life has an RV GPS as well. You can cross-load the Trip Wizard to the GPS.
Yep. And if you're going to leave the rig, you can download it into the phone and take it with you also. Well, look at John. I wish you well. We'll see you tomorrow morning. If anybody's out there that wants to come meet John or get his autograph, somewhere between 9. We'll be there. I'll be over there probably about 9 o'clock. John will get there shortly after. We might get interrupted with some media coverage, and then we'll wish him well, and he will take off from Merrimack. And then, like I said, he'll be talking to us weekly. And if you have questions as he goes along, because we'll be reporting a lot on
suggestions,
suggestions and stuff. We will take those into effect and give them to John next week. So
this is People's Tour.
Jerry says, John, you got to call me about the New Jersey route. Okay, we'll take care of that. Sounds good. All right, Bernie, thanks for joining us again tonight. We look forward to you sitting in the captain's seat there for the next 4 weeks and being along for the ride. So John will go on his ride, and you'll go on your ride. And let me let John do one more commercial before he heads south. Boom.
Okay, today's show has been brought to you by Seacoast Rv, Route 1 in Saco, Maine. I'm doing this all by memory because I'm a talented professional broadcaster.
Right.
If you want a park model, there's 2 brands to choose from, Crop and Elevation. If you want a drivable unit, there are Winnebago products there. And if you want a used product, because you can't decide whether you want that, they've got about 30 or 40 pre-owned products sitting on the lot. They've got a great camp store. They've got propane. They do service, and they smile. And what more can we tell you that we are so proud to be part of?
Don't forget the deal on Winnebago motorhomes.
Yep.
All right, folks, I'm going to
see you in the morning, Bernie.
Close this out. Travel safe, and we'll see you folks next week.
Fast.
All right.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.